That all of you doing great. Well, the Tether, that is the USDT, is the stable coin that a lot of people who are already into the crypto, they understand that this is one of the main asset in the entire crypto market. Why? Because every time you happen to sell any of your Bitcoin, any of your Ethereum, or any of your cryptocurrency, you happen to get the USDT and you treat it just as you're getting the US dollar. However, it is actually not the US dollar. This is also one of the crypto coins that is via the name comes under the category stable coins. That means its ideal nature or the feature or its USP is to remain stable compared to dollar. That means its property or its quality is to remain pegged to the US dollar. Now, with the recent crash that happened with the UST, like there was also another stable coin that was related with the Luna. The stable coin name was UST, and a lot of people were actually holding the UST and deposited into different protocols. For example, the Anchor protocol, just to get 20% return. And the entire UST stable coin collapsed to the extent of 2 cents. From $1 to 2 cents it went to. That means people have lost hundreds of millions of dollars, not just in Luna crash, but even with UST holding, which never in the world people can think of, because the reason that you're holding this stable coin is because you do not want to deal with the volatility of the market. You just want to remain stable for a while, but the stable coin itself collapsed. And right after that, because this particular FUD is fear, uncertainty and doubt, had already been there for the Tether beforehand, like starting from 2015, 16, 17, 18. After the UST collapse, another FUD started. And in fact, to the extent like during a certain window of time after the UST collapse, even the Tether depegged to 99 cents, and a lot of people were calling, okay, even now the time for the Tether. But the Tether is like the backbone of the entire crypto market. That means we are talking about if Tether starts falling just the way UST, probably the entire market is going to tank crazy, and probably the biggest trust out of the entire crypto market may be just wiped out in a single day. So one of the things that we need to realize that if somebody probably was against the entire crypto market, which we feel some of the governments are, because it is actually challenging the entire currency system. All they have to do is just utilize the power and money power and all the things to attack the Tether itself. The moment it is attacked, the moment it is collapsed, we are talking a major attack onto the entire crypto market. So what do we know? Like, can this actually be crashed just the way any other stable coin? Again, guys, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please ensure that you hit the subscribe button. This channel will be everything about how do we grow your finances. We are here to educate our community regarding the crypto market, the best of the investments with the different cryptos available, the latest news that's happening, and all the things. So please ensure you hit the subscribe button, promote our channel if you like the content. So the Tether, basically, if I say whether we can have the earthquake where I'm sitting, where you are sitting, right at the same time, and everyone dies in the same country, like the entire country dies, whether it is possible? Obviously it is possible, right? But it is not probable. This is a kind of a thing, probably it's not probable. Yes, it's very much possible, like probably the entire planet dies, but it is not probable. So even for the Tether, it is possible. Yes, it might crash just the way anything can crash out there in the world. Anything can happen. But is it probable? Definitely not. There were a lot of FUDs happening, like from 2015, 2016, 2017, like it is about to be crashed. In fact, some of the loopholes also happened within the currency. Why? Because ideally it is claimed that Tether is backed with $1. That means that every USDT that Tether is issuing or people are holding, it is backed by equivalent amount of US dollar for the Tether. And that is the reason probably they have this, just the way like every dollar is supposed to be backed by the gold, the Tether is backed by the US dollar, and sitting at $68 billion market capitalization. But it happened to be known later on that it was not one-to-one backing. Like probably it was approximately 70% backing. That means every one USDT that was issued, they had equivalent of 70 cents. That means, I mean, you get it, right? I mean, it was not one-to-one backing. That was one of the biggest, it created the controversy. People were talking about it and stuff. But eventually the issue was resolved. Why? Because they came up with the explanation which was reasonable enough. All in all, what we are talking about, yes, they can be one of the biggest attack out there on the Tether, but we are talking about the entire communities, the countries who are probably adopting the Bitcoin. Everyone will suffer. So will they allow for something like this to happen, the only stable coin? Probably not, right? I mean, obviously everyone will use all the muscle power in order to ensure that this remains stable. Now, having said that, why the UST collapse? Obviously, when you'll have so much of the stable coins arising, I mean, people are not going to be supporting everything, right? People just want to be safe. The moment you hear the UST is probably 10% down, 5% down, a lot of people immediately wanted to sell it off. Everyone who are holding the UST, apart from the attacks that was happening, they immediately started selling it off. And what will happen when everyone will start to sell off? You will be having massive sell pressure, tanking that price consistently down. And in order to peg the Tether back to $1, the Luna was consistently diluted and sold, and that is the reason the Luna, I mean, it became a death spiral, and Luna collapsed as well as the UST collapsed as well. Now, having said that, there are also explanations that eventually what is being planned is that the governments are going to be actually issuing the central digital currency, and that will be the digital currency that will be the equivalent to Tether. That means next time you sell your Bitcoin, rather than selling it for USDT, probably you will be selling for your own country's government CBDC, the digital currency. And that is how the governments will be tracking all the taxes and stuff. And obviously it is going to make the respective currency within the country much more relevant, rather than one stable coin that is governing the entire world, and that too from a private organization as Tether. Probably that is one of the things that people believe, okay, that might eventually be causing the downturn for the Tether, but the Tether guys again disagree with that particular factor. But when we are talking of this particular scenario, when the central CBDC, the central bank digital currency, is going to be issued, and then people are supposed to transact into CBDC rather than Tether, at that point, probably even if Tether crashes, I mean, we are not talking about the entire market tanking, but the regulation will be slightly different at that point. And once it is launched, it will depend on the governments to government how they want to deal with it. We are going to see for that. But for now, the Tether has dealt all the FUDs, all the attacks, and we are not talking about just 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, like several years, even during the time when it was much easier to kill the stable coins or the cryptocurrency market. Right now it is already blown like too much, and a huge amount of mass adoption is happening. So for that matter, all in all, if we had to vote, like, probably the chances, I mean, it is highly improbable for something like Tether to crash. Is it possible? Definitely yes. Just the way it is possible for the entire planet to die after an earthquake. But it is definitely not probable. So your money will be safe with the Tether. I hope that explains all the Tether controversy, and people who are like a little bit skeptical while hearing about the stable coins collapsing. How about the Tether collapsing? How it is going to impact the entire market? So again, guys, if you like the content, please ensure that you hit the subscribe button, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, share the video, and so that you spread the word and you support the channel. So that's it, and I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Bye bye.